Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special event, the swearing in of the Penfield elected officials. My name is Dan DeLaus, and for the last several years, I've been honored to serve on the Town of Penfield Zoning Board of Appeals. And I will tell you that over that time, I've had the chance to work with many Penfield elected officials and a lot of folks, hardworking folks here at the town hall. They've always done a great job. And looking at the folks that we're going to be swearing in tonight, I can tell you that I'm confident that that great work is going to continue. So good for all the citizens of Penfield. Before we talk about tonight's candidates, I would just like to take a few moments and thank a couple of people that I've had the pleasure to work with in various roles over the years. First, Linda Cole, I know she's here. There she is. Yeah. Linda, and the second one is Debbie Draw. I'm not sure if Debbie is here either. But you talk about public service and dedication, and these two women, Linda and Debbie, really personify, if you will, the idea of public service. How many years the two of you have been representing the people of Penfield, the hours, being paid a tiny, tiny amount. Sorry for everyone that's getting sworn in, but that's true. But just thank you very much for everything you've done, and the same with Debbie. Appreciate that. So the first order of business tonight is going to be the Pledge of Allegiance. And to lead us with that, I'd like to call up Matthew Grassock, Eagle Scout from Troop 110, to lead us in the pledge. If everyone could stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And next, if folks, I'm sorry, if you would remain standing for just a minute for a brief moment of silence. And I'd like to ask everybody to keep in their thoughts and prayers all of our dedicated troops at home and abroad, as well as our first responders in law enforcement, fire safety, and the ambulance corps. May they all be safe in 2024. Thank you. And now turning to the main events of the night, the swearings in of our elected officials. We're going to begin tonight with Town Justice Paula Metzler, who's going to be sworn in by the Honorable Judge James Mully, who always finds a way to make it up here every year. Good for you, Jim.
Okay. Raise your right hand. I, Paula Metzler, do solemnly swear
I, Paula Metzler, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Penfield Town Justice
of the office of Penfield Town Justice
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Paula.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a while since I've been in this room. Most people don't like to visit Judge Mully and I. So I just want to say a few brief remarks. Thank you all for coming tonight. I want to congratulate our new town supervisor and our new town council members. Welcome aboard. As having served my hometown, the town of Penfield, for the last 14 years, I can confidently say, welcome aboard to the best-run town government in the best town in the county. You will soon learn how dedicated our department heads and staff are day in and day out, in all seasons, and for our public works and facilities crew, all weather. And for the security staff that keeps us all safe, including Judge Mully and I at all hours of the night, we thank them as well. How dedicated they are to the residents, families, and taxpayers of the town of Penfield. I'm grateful to be starting another term as town justice with Judge Mully, an incredible mentor, friend, and I couldn't ask for a better co-judge and collaborative partner in the town court. We have a very experienced staff in our clerks, Elise, Kirsten, and Jasmine, who ensure our court dockets and our clerk's office run smoothly, and as I often say, they make us look really smart. I'm grateful to be continuing in my career in public service and the service to this town. I'm grateful to be continuing the dedication of public service that my family has shown to this town and the community. This year we lost our mom and grandma, who was so proud to be a retired employee of the Penfield Central School District. For over 20 years, she ran Cobble School. I'm very proud of my sister, who works for the town of Henrietta, and who's here tonight, and who's one of my biggest supporters. Certainly my nephews, I thank my nephew Mitchell, who is here tonight, also in public service, an Eagle Scout, and now working in finance for BOCES Special Education. Two nephews are not here tonight. You already said a moment of silence for them. I ask you all to keep my nephews, Paul and Ben Krenzer, in your prayers, wherever they may be. My daughter could not be here tonight. She might be watching on her phone, but she might have something better to do. She is continuing our family's tradition of public service as a trial assistant, paralegal, and investigator for the Bronx County District Attorney's Office. And I'm so very proud of all of them. I ask everyone here, if you haven't chosen to make a career in public service, as many of us have, I challenge you to make a commitment to public service, to our town and our community. If you haven't chosen to make it a career, the commitment certainly can help your fellow community members and residents of the town of Penfield. I thank you all for coming tonight. Congratulations again to those I will be swearing in momentarily. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Next on the list is Town Councilman Kevin Barry.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Kevin Barry,
I, Kevin Barry,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the State of New York
and the Constitution and laws of the State of New York
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and discharge the duties
and discharge the duties
of the office of Town Councilperson
of the office of Town Councilperson
according to the law
according to the law
and the best of my ability.
and the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I'm going to keep my statements brief. I do want to thank my family for their support. I particularly want to thank my 7-year-old granddaughter Liliana for going out and campaigning with me in the last few weeks of the campaign. I want to thank the great committee that we had during the campaign, and there are two people that I particularly want to thank, because during the campaign, I suffered an injury, and I actually wasn't able to go house to house until like the last 2 weeks. So I went to events and things like that. But really, Tiffany Rice and Mel Kalin did all my footwork for me, and I would not be here right now if it was not for them. So thank you very much. And I just want to add that I'm very optimistic for this town board. I think that it's going to be a great experience to work with Candace and Bob and with Linda and with Jeff. And I think that we're going to accomplish great things. And I want to thank you all for being here, and I want to thank everyone for their support. Thanks.
Thank you. Next is Town Councilwoman Linda Teglash.
Do you want to affirm? That's fine, yes. Affirm. All right. You want to raise your right hand? I, Linda Teglash,
I, Linda Teglash,
do affirm
do affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the State of New York
and the Constitution and laws of New York State
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and discharge the duties
and discharge the duties
of the office of Town Council Member
of the office of Town Council Member
according to the law
according to the law
and to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome
you.
aboard.
Thank you. Thank you. I will thank my family who, when I said I was interested in running, said yes. Didn't question, was just there to support the whole way. My husband, Jeff, my two daughters. Two of my children could not be here. They're off charting their own way. Public service is an incredible offering that we offer to the people of Penfield, to the constituents of New York State, to the constituents of the United States of America. And I would be remiss without thanking both Linda and Debbie for their service. Not only their service over the past years, but working to find ways of solutions for the town of Penfield. And then welcoming both Kevin and I in as newbies, of saying, call me. When do you want to meet? When do you want help? Let me know what you have questions about. And then to this incredible board that's going to work together. We met Monday, Jeff, Candace, Bob, Kevin, and I, to get ready and to prepare. And the fact that everyone's willing to come together and start working on things. And if anyone ever doubts the dedication of doing the right thing and finding solutions to Penfield, I would tell you that it was firsthand that I saw how willing and dedicated everybody was. So I'm looking forward to working with the people of each department, doing what I can to continue that progress, continue that service to Penfield. My husband and I moved here 20-some years ago. We grew up in Buffalo. Go Bills, sorry, had to say it. Moved to Dallas, moved to Detroit, so we've lived in many different places. But we were lucky to find this wonderful community in Penfield where the kids would play each night, where the schools would have sports and activities and so many offerings, where PenRec would provide offerings, that it really is a community that once you get to know the various neighborhoods, that you feel like it is truly a special place. So I am so looking forward to continuing that. Thank you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you to Tiffany. Thank you to Mindy and Daniel and Sarah and Jeff and Donna and everybody else here that helped us get our message out and tell you how much we wanted to continue the support and making Penfield great. Thank you.
Okay, and then last but not least, to be sworn in as Penfield's 43rd Town Supervisor, Jeff Leenhouts. You're welcome.
service tonight.
You're good.
Raise your right hand, please. I, Jeff Leenhouts,
I, Jeff Leenhouts,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and laws of the State of New York
and the laws in the state of New York
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances.
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
I will faithfully and impartially perform,
and discharge the duties
and discharge the duties
of the office of Town Supervisor
of the office of Town Supervisor
according to the law
according to the law
and the best of my ability,
and the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow. Linda was good. If I don't read this, I'm going to screw it up, so I'm just going to read it. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I really appreciate it. And I wasn't going to say a lot, but I'll fly through this, but I'm just going to read away. It's certainly an honor to be here, honor to be your new town supervisor. I have a number of thank yous to start with, and I was reminded, I appreciate the advice I got, so I should start with my wife, Kristen. You know, none of my family necessarily signed up for this, and a year ago it wasn't even a thought, but I really appreciate all of you for coming. My wife, Kristen, my kids, Colin, Matthew, Eric, and Claire, and my dad, Nelson's here, which I really appreciate, so thanks for coming. So thrilled my family's here. I also want to thank many friends and colleagues that were incredibly helpful during the campaign and just through this whole process of this past year. So I'm going to just throw out some names: Howie, Dresden, Chris, Rich, Mo, Colin, Carmen, Josie, John, Dr. Priv, Drs. Matt, Dr. Jordan, and shout out to Rick Constantino, my primary doctor, who's a great mentor. And I have to mention, too, A.J. Hetzke and Dave Bass. They were great the whole time. I mean, the outcome wasn't ideal for us as a team, but they were very gracious. They dragged me through the whole process. They were just wonderful. So, you know, special thanks to Dave Bass and A.J. Hetzke. And I'm incredibly fortunate to get all the guidance I got during this process and learning kind of, and I got this from different levels of government, but I want to thank Tom, Adam, Jeremy, Duffy, Baxter, Sandy, Bill, Bernie, Joe, and Pat, to name a few people that have kind of done this before that gave me a little guidance, so I really appreciate that. The PRC was a huge help, everybody involved. And I'm going to miss so many people. There's so many people I wish I could have invited to come here. And I'll get to everyone that's helped at some point, but many thanks. At the Town of Penfield, we're incredibly fortunate to have a great team. And I want to thank everything that the team has done in Penfield, all the leaders and team members, and I think Linda and probably Kevin touched on this, but we're so blessed to have a great team, and they've been kind of easing me into this whole transition. At times it's a bit of a fire hose, so they've been very gentle, which I appreciate very much, actually. And I also want to make a sincere thanks to Debbie Draw, who was fantastic through the process, and certainly Linda Cole guiding me. Debbie's on a quiet vacation today, which is, the inside joke is, I don't know if that's for Debbie or her husband, but hopefully they're not listening. But many thanks. I've been asked what I'll do also in like the first day. Like, Jeff, what are you going to do the first day or the 100 days? And as a campaign, we leaned on three things, and really the other campaign was similar. It was community safety, being good steward of taxpayer dollars, and continuous improvement, always wanting to improve. And so we're gonna focus on those three things and many others. Personally, I'm a great student of leadership, and I think of my dad and my family members. I don't know how many leadership books, you've read and pushed my way. So that's a big part of what I want to bring. And also customer service. I certainly believe everybody that comes through this town hall, whether you're a neighbor, a visitor, developer, you should get great attention. So customer service will be a big focus of mine. I'm sure, the whole town board. And then I'll just end with, and I think it's been said by Kevin and Linda, and I don't know if Kevin said good vibe, but you did say something like he had a good sense that we'd work together. And certainly when we got together individually, then as a group on Monday, I'm sure of that. And then I truly believe all of us are here for the right reasons, to serve the community. So I'm really excited to get started. So thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Appreciate it. So I got through the first part.
Great job, man. Very good.
Thank you.
So just very briefly, this afternoon, I was on the town's website just to see if I could learn a little bit about folks that were being sworn in tonight. And I see Kevin's got a little bio there that's nice. It talks about community service. Linda has the same bio about her family and working with the schools. And then I click on Jeff's, and the screen is blank. And I'm like, first of all, look at this. Right here could be your screen. What a wonderful family and a wonderful showing. And second of all, you got to have 2 or 3 key cards laying around your house, right? You can pull that stuff right off and use it. So everybody, thank you for being here tonight. It really does leave everyone, I hope, with a really good feeling about this town and how folks are going to work together and make Penfield even better than it is already. So Happy New Year. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless and good luck to everybody. Thank you.